Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Divyanshu Vyas, and we are Petroleum from Scratch. And this is going to be a video that will try to show a pathway to the young petroleum engineers or young oil and gas engineers who are trying to make a way into the data science domain and who are interested to use it, even if you are a professional already working in a domain and you are interested to start this thing off. Uh, it's more like a framework that will make you feel like this field is made for you. So let's start with the topic how to be a good data analyst as a petroleum engineer. In this presentation, it will be a short one, and we will also tell you about how to use the playlist and what sequence do you have to follow, or any data science playlist, not just us, but any quality playlist that you follow. You might want to follow a particular pattern, right? Or follow a particular steps in a series or a sequence. And that's exactly what we are going to tell you today. Now, for people who are doing data science courses, they already have this problem they have encountered that the data sets, they are not oil and gas data sets. Mostly they are not, right? For example, you might have worked on Iris data set. If you have already done the course, you must have worked with Titanic data set. And all these data sets, they are good. You feel good while working on them. But down there, the petroleum engineering heart feels empty, right? You don't feel like you are working on the projects back home. So this is exactly the video made for when you feel like that, right? So I'll start from the very beginning, from scratch. Suppose I don't know anything about programming and I don't know anything about this, but I have seen the hype about data science and data analysis and machine learning, and I really want to start my career into that domain as a student, or maybe I want, for any reason, I just want to get into that. So the first thing that I will do is try to learn a tool, be it Python, MATLAB, or Microsoft Excel, be it any tool. Try to learn a tool first. That's going to be your first decision. So back when I started off with MATLAB, and I like MATLAB. And there is a great reservoir simulation tool for petroleum engineers built on top of MATLAB. So that is an added advantage. But if your domain, if you want to head into uh, core data science workflows in the future, you must definitely want to start with Python. Given that you don't have much statistical background, because then you would love R. But our suggestion would be to go with Python because it's very user friendly, right? So that's the first decision you make. And right after you make that decision, you need to find a course, right? And as a beginner in oil and gas, we would appreciate or suggest you to find out the Petroleum from Scratch playlist on Python for oil and gas. There are a lot of channels on YouTube as well. There's this initiative called Datum that has a lot of nice tutorials on how to start data science as an energy professional. There is a playlist by Michael Perks on geostatistics and machine learning, very popular, huge. And if you are a geoscience background, that playlist is made for you. But if you are someone from a core reservoir engineering or petroleum engineering domain, and those kind of examples make you feel good, then this is the playlist for you. So first up is you start with Python for oil and gas from PFS, right? So I'll just write it up here so that it just stays there. PFS, right? So Petroleum from Scratch Python playlist is your go-to if you are a reservoir engineer. Then next up is you pick up a choice or a book of your choice, right? So pick up the topic of your choice. For example, the topic of my choice is reservoir engineering. So in order to, now again, this is in order to make you feel like your domain holds a lot of value to Python, right? So I'll start. Okay, I make a decision. I love Tariq Ahmed, for example, because most petroleum engineering students do. Or maybe I love LP Dake because that's my favorite book. I love LP Dake. So what I'll do is I pick up a textbook. Let's say I picked up LP Dake for reservoir engineering. So I picked up a topic and I picked up a textbook. So the second step is done, right? But before heading on to the second step, you must always make sure that the tool that you have selected, suppose I've selected Python, I make a good grasp on it. I complete the playlist by Python for oil and gas by Petroleum from scratch, or any playlist. We are not advertising in here, but we are recommending the things that we have made. Once you have completed this playlist, you are familiar with Python, you get to the next step where you apply these things to the domain relevant concepts, right? The first thing that comes to your head is LPDEC has a lot of examples or a lot of numericals that initially you used to solve using a calculator. But then now, since you know Python, why not use your computer to solve calculations? First idea is that very basic. Why not use Python to, do calculations? Be it even calculating 162.6 q mu b by kh, which is a well testing coefficient. Why not use Python to do that, right? That gives you a feel of the language itself. So that's why you pick up a problem statement from the text and pick up my MBE. Now, during this understanding of the language, there will be multiple tools that I'll just talk about after this workflow. So these tools will be just discussed after I tell you this workflow. And then once you understand all these tools, then you pick up this problem statement from the text. Suppose I pick up material balance, right? I pick up material balance equation, or maybe my favorite, well test analysis, because well test analysis has a lot of plots. So make sure you learn plotting before applying it to well test analysis. Suppose there was a project that I made on oil classifier, oil classifier, right? So in that, it was a basic code which was built on top of if else kind of statements. If my oil viscosity is like this, if my API gravity is this, if my GOR is huge, it may be a condensate, it may be a low volatile, it may be a ordinary black oil, things like that. So it was dependent on if else conditions. So that is a simple code that I built on my very basic understanding of if else statements. So whenever you understand a concept, make sure you try to find a problem for text using which you can solve it, right? So that's how you have to go about things. If in case by now I understand visualizations, I will pick up material balance, because the straight line format of material balance is just a matter of visualizing, right? Just a method of finding the best straight line. A well test analysis, log plots, plots, basically diagnostic plot, log plot, semi log plot. It's all about plots. So it's very important that once you understand plots, you understand that plots are hugely important in petroleum engineering. A lot of concepts in petroleum engineering are based on type curves analysis. And that makes it a very hugely important point that you pick up a relevant topic from the text as soon as you learn a skill. And trust me, guys, if you have understood till plotting also, you can do a lot of attractive projects for your resume, right? You can make a lot of analysis. For example, the well logs that you never could even think of that you could have, or you could plot a well log by yourself. Now you can do it. And not just that, after plotting the well log, you can demarcate the zones in well log. Okay, so that's very cool, right? So now implement it in Python using the tools that you have learned. That's all I've talked about. And then once you do it, you grow in confidence and you make Python your right hand tool. You forget the calculator and you get more and more applied in the petroleum engineering domain. For example, I select from Tariq Ahmed, I select this capillary pressure plot. Okay, capillary pressure plot. So you see on the bottom left, this is how the capillary pressure plot looks like, right? But I know that this is my oil zone, this is my transition zone, and this is my bottom one is a water zone. So why not use Python to pick up capillary pressure values on y-axis and saturation values on x-axis? Do a line plot, and that must look exactly like this. Now, one step ahead, you can go something like I try to show you. You can use Python to color these zones. Suppose this zone I can color for oil, this zone I can color for water, and this zone I can color for, I can color for transition zone. So these things you can do in Python and show them on maybe LinkedIn, or make attractive plots and attract recruiters and do projects and various stuff like that. This is for students basically. So that gives you more and more confidence. The main goal is to be very confident in understanding Python. Now, once you have understood all of those things in the left hand side of this line, now you go back to the learning mode. Very important, guys. Now is the main task where you try to pick up the journey of a data scientist, right? Uh, so the term that you see here is machine learning, right? Why I have put machine learning here is because you need a tool to apply machine learning, because machine learning is focused on a lot of mathematics. And once you understand the mathematics behind machine learning, which is the target of this box, you need a tool to apply machine learning. You cannot be like, okay, I know Microsoft Excel, now can I apply machine learning? I don't know if there is something like that, but it won't be sufficient. That I'm damn sure about. So I know Python now. Now bring machine learning on. I'm ready. So that's my target. Once you understand the machine learning algorithms, you do 2, 3 projects. There is a website called Kaggle. Kaggle. So you use Kaggle to do machine learning projects, and you understand. Now, initially, the problem statements will be based on non-oil and gas problems, but once you have even done those problems, then you can think of your own problem statements. You can go to one Petro and you can look at various papers and how they have done things. For example, there is an algorithm called K nearest neighbors. Yes, there are no data sets. I agree for oil and gas. But let's say you did this KNN algorithm on practical real world projects separate from oil and gas domain. You understand how the an algorithm works. And if you are a applied petroleum engineer, you will definitely relate and bring things back home. You will definitely come back and say, okay, maybe there is a possibility that maybe I can do mineralogy classification or lithology classification using this classification algorithm. And trust me, the cherry to that cake is there are data sets available for lithology classification. So every time you will learn a new algorithm, if you search deeper and deeper, you will find that there are data sets. Okay. But in order to reach to those data sets, you have to have a perspective, and understanding machine learning algorithms will exactly help you in that. Right. And finally, as you grow more and more in confidence, your final task is done. You are now a fully flowing data analytics engineer who was once a hardcore petroleum engineer. So that's the whole workflow, right? And I hope that was very descriptive and that helped a lot of my friends, that helped me, that helped. I mean, this workflow has never been disappointing to anyone. It always makes you feel like you are in the game. Okay. So that's about the workflow. Now, how about the tools that you need to become a data scientist? Next slide is about just that. So the first tool that you need to learn is basically basics of Python. So right, I'll just suggest again, if you want examples also from oil and gas domain and you want everything from oil and gas, there is a playlist by Petroleum from Scratch on Python for oil and gas. You can use that. There are other sources like Corey Schoffer, there is Krish Nayak, and a lot of people, Python programmer on YouTube. Everything is available for free. w3schools.com, W3 Schools. Sorry for my handwriting. W3 Schools is a website that you can go and learn Python on. So all of these things are there to tell you the basics of Python. Once you understand basics, when I say basics, I mean the data structures, for loops, while loops, if else statements, data types, functions, lambda expressions, list comprehensions, all these things, right? Once you understand basic syntaxes of Python, then you come towards data analysis tools. First up is data manipulation by NumPy and Pandas. That will help you a great deal for ones who have already been introduced to this. They know why this is very important, because a lot of, suppose you skip this topic and you try to directly practice machine learning, you will never be able to do it smoothly, because the entire history of deep learning is based on linear algebra to a lot of extent, and linear algebra needs you to work with matrices and 2D vectors and 2D matrices and whatever. So in order to understand how to do that in Python, you need to know NumPy. In order to handle data sets in Python, you need to know Pandas. In order to work and filter through data sets, you need to know Pandas. So that's the heart of this data science project. Then simultaneously, you also have to work on data visualization. There are a lot of plotting libraries. One is Matplotlib, the easiest, the simplest, and the best. There are other libraries like Seaborn, there is Plotly, stuff like that. Once you understand, by now you have become a data analyst. By this step, you have become a data analyst. Then you learn other tools which are optional initially for engineering projects. Power BI, Tableau, SQL, they are more like reporting and visualizing tools that make pretty visualizations, handling databases and stuff like that. So you can skip that for the initial part. And next up is you understand the mathematics for machine learning, algebra, calculus, etc. There is Khan Academy's playlist. There is three blue, one brown, three blue, one brown on YouTube. Everything that I'm suggesting is totally free, guys. So you can understand the mathematics like multivariate calculus, linear algebra from these sources. And then finally, when you understand, you will also be able to apply them using Python. And the typical library that does machine learning in Python is called sklearn. If you want to do deep learning, it's called Keras or TensorFlow. So uh, that's all. Like by the sixth step, you become a hardcore data scientist, right? And there are further steps, like if you want to make an app out of machine learning algorithm, it's called deployment. You want to put the tool into production, the typical way to say it. So that's more advanced thing that you don't have to worry about. But that is always there. Deployment is the last and the touching step in machine learning project. So that's about it. And the center of everything is data, of course. You'll need to ask people for data, and that's exactly what we will also do for you guys. So this is a sincere request to everyone who's working in the industry. If you are a working professional in the oil and gas industry, and you are, you have some sort of, rejected or scraped data sets, or projects, or anything that you can share with us for the community. Of course, non-confidential documents and data sets and stuff like that. If there is anything that you want to share with us for the community in order to build a more data-driven petroleum engineering society, please write to us at petroleumfromscratch@gmail.com. We will definitely share it on our page, and I can only imagine how beautiful and how beneficial will it be for students, and it will be a great gesture, and we can together help improve the future of oil and gas domain by helping the students like this. So that's the whole point of why we are doing this. So thanks a lot. We will start and kick start our journey in the next lecture with all these tools, and I'm very excited. See you again. Cheers.